there, I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists and bass players out there. In today's episode, I'm building a pedal board for bass here in the studio. I record a lot of bands here in the studio and I mainly use either my Bassman 100 or the Stingray Super. Actually, now I have been using the Stingray a lot because the Bassman is having issues and I couldn't have it fixed yet. But the thing that usually happens is bass players almost never have pedals, and there's some special pedals I like to use with bass when we record bands in here, and I always have to go and pick the pedals, then pick some extra patch cable, power supply, etc. So I thought I'll build my basic bass player pedal board, either to add to the bass player who comes in pedal board or replace it. But first of all, let me thank my dear patrons for supporting the show. You guys are just incredible. If you want to become a patron yourself and support what I'm doing here, please go to the link and follow the steps. It's super easy. Let's build it. My main goal for a pedal board is a small pedal board that I can store here in the studio. So I bought the Harley Benton small one. I'll put the reference because I can't remember the name. But it's a great add-on. And this is not sponsored at all. I bought it because I think it's the best solution. I've been using Pedal Train Nano, but the Harley Benton one has some razors for the bottom end, which enables me to use a bigger power supply. And talking about power supply, I also bought the Harley Benton power plant, whatever, I put it in the reference, because it's very inexpensive and it works really well. Let's build it. I won't use the Velcro. I'll use Pedal Train. I'll use the dual lock, 3M dual lock. This is way more functional. I also bought this Harley Benton AC power plant. It's great because it's modular, so I can always use it with other power plants. I bought two. Well, I bought three at this moment because they're very inexpensive. They really work well. And they have the normal AC plug. It comes with a lot of cables, a lot of power cables, and it also comes with this unit here. This female to male, which enables you to use it like this on an input and then connect it to another one just in case you need more than one, because it has 5 outputs, 500 milliamps each. It's more than enough. Won't be using this, but I'll be using the cables, of course. So rubber bands basically help you to put, like, we can use it like from here to here, and you can use an extra one, so this way you won't need any Velcro or stuff to make it fit here. Okay, I just realized I put it the other way around, so I can use the outlets. If it doesn't work, I just use something to make it a little higher. Let me check. Yeah, I'll have to use something to put underneath. I'll need a tuner, and I have this really old one, Arian, really old one tuner. I'll need an overdrive. I love this Ampeg overdrive. A big muff bass big muff that has the dry kill, so it can really distort. I love to distort it a lot and then just use a little bit of it. So if you put it on dry, the volume is only working for the distorted signal. So if you have it at minimum, you have no distortion, and then you blend in the distortion while your normal signal will still be here. I'll use the OC2, which is one of my favorite bass and guitar octaves. It's really crazy and it does a really great thing on doing octaves. And I'll use it first because it needs to track really well, and I'll push up the distortion with this. And this MPEG is great too because it has a blend, so you can distort it a lot, but it can be like a rock pick bass. It's really cool. I'll probably set it like this because bass players have big feet and they don't know. They're not that used, especially the ones that will be using my pedal board. It's because they don't have pedals. So this will be like easy to use. This is the basic bass stuff. Tuner, octave, big muff for big distortion, MPEG, Scrambler for small overdrive. Really great functional. I just figured out this pedal board comes attached with this, so I can change the height. You can use the other screws to make it longer. I don't need to buy myself other screws. You just replace this ones with this, and then you should get, you have two, and ready to rock and roll. Just need to really tight it. These two screws, we need to tighten the one close to the rubber thing, the rubber feet, so it's tight. Then you tighten the other, and we might as well put some washer just to give it a little more stability. That's it. Great. Let's do the other four. I will gather this more boost pedal because it has some gain, EQ, so I can set it as a clean boost for the bass. Sometimes you need the bass to stick out a little more. This is a great option because it's it can be transparent, but it can also be tone adjustment thing. So let's put some dual lock on the pedals. Well, first I have to take off this rubber feet. What I like to do is cut two rectangles or even two squares, and then cut it diagonally so I can use just a small portion, because this is expensive, this dual lock thing, and it's super robust, so you don't need much. Then I'll put it in the corners, so not covering the screws, of course. Then I like to slightly press it against a non-Velcro thing so it can really glue. I won't put it now already because I need to put the patch cables prior to adjusting to putting it on Velcro. Otherwise it will stick and then it will be messy. And when the glue is fresh, it's not great to sticking it in and out because it will loosen the glue. I won't take this. This is tall enough, so I don't take the rubber feet of this pedal. That's another advantage of the dual lock system. Not sure if I'll keep this one because this is very. I'm not setting the dual lock in here in the tuner, because I'm not sure if this won't suck out the tone of the pedal board. So I'll just leave it here as a placeholder, and I'll test it. I really like this Harley Benton patch cables. This looks like a sponsored Harley Benton video, but it isn't, because I bought all the stuff. Well, the cables were gifted to me by Harley Benton a year ago or so when I showed you some videos, but I use it all the time because they're really slick. They can fit really tight in a pedal board, and they sound good. So, and this tuner has 2 outs, so it means I can record a DI if I want. So I'll probably keep it like this. Now we need to, because if it's not velcroed, I can put it aside. Let's check. I'll check if it deteriorates the signal, because I've been playing with this pedal for a long time. So now let's put the power cables, but we have to address that issue of this not being high enough. Well, it actually looks like it's high enough. Let's check if I can use, because if I have to use this something to make it a little taller, which would be probably better. Let me check. Yeah, because then this is compressing, I think. Forcing it. Yeah, it is forcing it. So what I'll do, in order not to ruin the jack sockets, I'll use 3M dual lock. I'll actually use the Thomann version of it, because this is just for height. I don't really like this one. The glue is not great, but since it's not holding it, I'll just use like a little bit to create a little height. This is not as good as the the 3M dual lock. I think this should be more than enough, yeah, to create that height we're talking about. I like to use the right angled side to connect here, and then the straight one to connect here, but then we will have this, so I probably will get the right angle because it will be smoother. Stuff here. I have a small box where I save it, because this always comes in handy when you need to tighten stuff around a pedal board. In order to make these things tidy, I'll put the pedals as down as possible. See why I don't like to attach and detach the pedal with recently put on double M, is because it won't stick really well in the beginning. You will need to let it season for a while, and then it will stick really great. Harley Benton has this slightly bigger one, which would way more complete the pedal board. It's like a 10 euros more, but you can adjust the length of this, so you can accommodate bigger or smaller power supplies in here, but you have a little more space. So if you check it, same size, but you have the extra space here. So I think it will be way better option than this one. I'll keep this one because it's tidy and I've already done it, but otherwise I would advise to get the bigger one. I got both because I'm doing this bass pedal board, but this will be my Fender Rhodes pedal board, so I need to use a Line 6 M5 here, or bigger pedals, so I need the extra space. Now let's tighten things up. I'll be using another of their products, 3M organizer. I love to use this on pedal boards because it helps make things really tight underneath, so they're not like this spaghetti. And I'll use this zip ties. Holman has this one they sent me a long time ago, so it's still, I still have a lot of it, but I use it all the time because it makes things really tight. I just have to check how can I make the cabling tight enough. I had to remove the tuner because the tuner is not working good. It's an old tuner. I'm waiting to buy a Korg, the small one with no foot pedal, because I don't need the foot pedal for my big pedal board. I'm waiting to buy that one, but it's sold out, so I'm waiting for them to have stock, and it will be in place. There will be a place for my Boss TU2 tuner over there. I'm starting with an octave pedal, then the Big Muff, then MPEG Scrambler, and a Moore clean boost. Playing my Fender Highway 1 American bass. I love this Fender jazz bass. It's my great sound of Fender, because it can go like, it can slap, thank you for letting me be myself. Whoa, love the slap. But it's a great all-round bass. It records really well because it has the brightness. But it can also be smooth, like if you use just a neck pickup. It's kind of precisionist. Both pickups. Taking off the tone, just neck. And this is a killer bass amp. But sometimes I like to use like the octave, and the OC2 is really great for this. With it, then I have the bass Big Muff because it has a dry blend, so it enables the clean sound of the bass to still be there, and then it adds distortion. That's crucial on bass, because usually guitar pedals on bass, well, on everything, but guitar pedals tame the low end. They cut the low end in order to not become flubby. So this Big Muff, if I don't have, if we use this switch to the left, it's full on a regular Big Muff. But now I'm losing a little of the bass, so the minute I toggle this in, the dry signal comes in, and the volume on the pedal becomes the volume just for the drive signal. So this is like, for example, guys like Billy Sheehan and the guy from Rage Against the Machine. He uses one clean head and one distorted head just to get this blend. This pedal enables you to do it with one pedal. And you can, a lot of times use fuzz on maximum and just a little of the distortion. So here's the clean tone. Then I just use a little. Especially on slow songs where we can use like as opposite to not having nothing at all. Hear the difference? It's really great, but it's also great for the heavy rock stuff. So love this pedal. It works great on guitar, by the way. Then for less affected stuff, we have the Ampex Scrambler, which also has a blend. So this knob works as a blend here. And we have drive, volume. Volume affects the overall volume of the pedal, and treble. So I like to use it very trebly. Like if I use the blend all the way, it would sound like this. We can do less trebly if you use it all in, all blended in. Less treble, less drive. As opposite to off. I recorded a band here in the studio called Travo. It's a Portuguese band. I recorded both their records. And by the time I recorded the first one, the bass player had one of this, and I was like, whoa, this is great. I thought of buying it. It was like 50 euros back then, new. Now it's kind of 100 something, or 90 euros, or 120. But it's still my favorite overdrive on bass. And it has the blend thing, which enables you to like don't have anything at all. Just use it for the volume because it has a volume boost. It acts as a clean boost, or you can add a little distortion. Adding the octave. Just because I could, I added this more pure boost. I bought it for my guitar setting, but then later on I bought a full tone fat boost, which is at least brand-wise better. But I've seen this on Angus Young pedalboard, and if he, well, not pedalboard because he has no pedalboard, but he uses this in his chain just to boost a little of the sound going into the Marshall amps. So this is just to make it louder in case there's a part of on a bass mix, like on a song where the bass needs to be louder for that specific part. The bass player can put it on and then bring it back, because I record bands live and I like the band arrangement to be perfect, tied on from the moment we started to the moment we recorded. So I don't want to have to push the bass on the mix if the bass player can do it by himself. So this is just to make it louder. But it's also an EQ, because you can boost the bass, cut the treble. So it's kind of an EQ mixed with boost. It can be a little drivey because we can push the gain. It's a really cool pedal by Moore, really great. I use it usually all at noon to start with, but this is here not for me, not for my pedal board. It's just a set of tools for the bass player who comes here in the studio to record with me. And it's just me giving him some extra tools, extra flavors, so he can use flavors that I know will work in a lot of situations. That's it, my friends. Hope you liked it. Please, if you liked the episode, think and consider of becoming a patron. You will be helping me a lot on this, on continuing to create content, and thank you so much. But you can also just subscribe, leave your thumbs up, whatever. That also helps YouTube suggesting the video to other people. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Bye-bye.